Now, here's Chief Meteorologist Tony Petrarca with your live Pinpoint Doppler 12 Futurecast.
Well, nice to have a night where temperatures are not in the 20s and the teens. It's actually pretty comfortable, well into the 40s in some areas. Doppler radar is pretty quiet after some very heavy rain late last night and during the pre-dawn hours. Just a couple of flurries and sprinkles. This is a small little area now outside of Springfield, Mass. They're actually weakening with time. One or two of these may pass through the northwest corner of the state, lasting all of 5 minutes, but essentially a dry night. It's official. It's here. Spring, the vernal equinox kicked in at 12:57 this afternoon. Now, the weather pattern change doesn't determine when spring arrives. It's actually based on astronomy as far as the relationship of the sun's strongest rays with respect to the earth. Now, during the winter season, the concentration of the strongest rays of the sun are concentrated in the southern hemisphere. As we get into spring, those stronger rays are now impinged on the equator. Of course, here we are in the northern hemisphere. And now through the first day of summer, those strongest rays will continue to migrate to the north into the northern hemisphere where we are. So that's what determines whether it's spring, summer, winter, or fall. So bottom line, the sun's rays are getting stronger and stronger, even though temperatures have been on the cool side. In fact, seasonable next a couple of days. Nothing really extreme. I mean, 40s, it's near 50 during the day, and then the nights will tend to be kind of cool to chilly. And essentially the next several days dry. The exception would be a few rain showers on Saturday. But tell you what, Saturday as a whole really doesn't look like a washout. Now, we just told you how the sun's rays are getting stronger, but things will be getting colder, unfortunately, next week. Even though the sun is getting strong, every now and then you can get some very cold air coming out of Canada, and quite simply, it offsets any warming potential that the sun has, and that's pretty much what will happen early next week. Unfortunately, winter cold kind of reloads heading our way for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and even a storm potential, something we need to keep an eye on for the middle of next week. I'll show you that in the 7-day Futurecast. Temps now pretty comfortable, upper 30s to low and mid 40s, including 42 in Providence. Some snow. I mean, even though it's spring, there is snow in upstate New York this evening and northern New England. That will stay away, so we'll stay quiet this evening as the temperatures eventually dropping down to near the freezing mark by around 6-7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Sunshine gets to work, should warm us up a little bit. We won't get into the 50s, but probably mid to upper 40s. The only downside, 45 degrees, it'll feel cooler because the wind will be gusty, so it's certainly kind of sweater weather and sunglasses and windbreakers, that kind of a deal, but at least it's a dry, sunny day. Then dropping back through the low and mid 30s tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. So for tonight, brisk and dry, partly cloudy skies, late night low temps down to about 32, waking up to sunshine tomorrow morning, temperatures rising through the 30s. Plenty of sunshine, dry tomorrow afternoon, 45, which in itself is pretty comfortable. When you throw in a gusty wind, it will feel cooler, so a little bit of a wind chill. Well, we're going backwards. Let's try this again. All right, so there we go, 7-day Futurecast. A couple of showers on Saturday. Again, not a washout, 52. Colder on Sunday, partly sunny, 45. Here comes the winter chill for next week. Now, the Tuesday night, Wednesday time frame really bears watching. Even though this is still 6 days out, some of our long-range computer guidance suggesting this may be a stormier weather pattern with a coastal storm with the potential for some snow. So we're going to file this under the worth watching category. Even though it's still many days down the road, it's something that we'll keep an eye on. What we do feel confident about, unfortunately, starting next week, the temperatures getting much colder after a few mild days coming up next 48 hours. We'll get back into the winter chill Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I mean, hopefully that ocean storm edges out to sea and it's just a few flurries, but we need to watch it.
I saw somebody with their top down on their convertible today. I think they're just wishing for spring.
That's pushing it.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Tony. There is much